Wonga, ready for the real world.
Hello again. Now the main stories in London. The Tory MP Zac Goldsmith has formally entered the race to be London's next mayor. He made the announcement a short time ago after carrying out a poll of his constituents. Close to 16,000 voters said they would be happy for him to stand, while just 3,500 opposed the idea. The millionaire environmentalist is a vocal critic of Heathrow Airport and will use his campaign to oppose its expansion plans. Mr Goldsmith is now the bookies' favourite to take over from Boris Johnson next May. A scathing report into the Pentonville Prison has found conditions have worsened, with overcrowded cells, increasing violence and easily accessible drugs. During an unannounced visit earlier this year, the prison's inspectorate also found filthy living conditions, including blood on cell walls and on a bunk bed. It's again questioned if the Victorian-era prison should be shut down and says more needs to be done to deal with inmates' behaviour.
The amount of violence there was very high by comparison to similar establishments. In fact, it had doubled in that 17-month period. A lot of other indicators which one would associate with violence were also quite concerning. A significant increase, for example, in the use of disciplinary procedures and segregation of prisoners.
The family of an Ethiopian man on death row have renewed their campaign for him to be released. Andy Sige fled with his family to London in the 1970s, where he's continued to be an outspoken critic of corruption in his former home country. Exactly 1 year ago, he was abducted while travelling through an airport in Yemen. Mr Sige is now being held in an Ethiopian prison where he's been sentenced to death. The Foreign Office says it's taking the case very seriously. Waterloo Bridge has been re-entered on the National Heritage List to recognise the role women had in its construction. The river crossing was built during the Second World War, and although it's been nicknamed the Ladies' Bridge by tour guides, the women who worked on it have never officially been recognised until today.
During the war, many of our men were away fighting, and there was a call for people to help build the bridge, and so women, came and helped in their hundreds and their thousands. And so I think it's absolutely fantastic that we take this opportunity to celebrate our female engineers and show what it is that women can do and how they can build such iconic structures like Waterloo Bridge.
Now let's take a look at the weather with Alex Beresford.
Oh, look, Mike, the sun's coming out.
Oh, yeah, right. It's like being on holiday.
Hello, there's going to be a mixture of weather over the next few days. Yes, there'll be some decent spells of warm sunshine, but also some rain to watch out for on Friday and plenty of cloud cover. But that's not the case today. After a great start, it's brightening up quite nicely, and we'll see some decent spells of sunshine through the rest of the afternoon. Temperatures also responding back to where they should be for this time of year, with a high of 22 Celsius out towards western parts of London. Into this evening and overnight, it stays very quiet, a mixture of patchy clouds and clear spells, and temperatures remaining in double figures. The pollen count is next.
Oh, look, a rainbow.
Oh, I love rainbows.
How are you today?
Lloyd's Pharmacy, proud sponsors of the Pollen Count.
Well, the weather is going to be largely fine over the next couple of days, but it's bad news for hay fever sufferers because grass pollen levels are going to be high, if not very high, on both days. That's your forecast.
That's all from us for now, but as ever, you can get updates by going to our website at the usual address. We'll be back at 6 o'clock. Bye for now.